What's up, y'all? I am Marcus, and this is Vagrant Story. PlayStation 1 game we're going to be playing on the PlayStation 2, playing on actual hardware, upscale with the OSSC. You can check that out, !VS, in chat if you want the full details. I do recommend using source quality if at all possible, due to the way that we're doing this game. I also recommend headphones. Please enjoy. Okay. First combat of the game here. I hope you guys are enjoying the sound. I wanted to just shut up for this opening part here so that people would put their headphones on and listen in. All of the sound in this game is synthetic. It's not Foleyed. It's not recorded via mics or whatever. It was all intentionally constructed. It's kind of wild how good this game sounds. And of course, Sakimoto-san did the soundtrack. You might recognize him from Final Fantasy Tactics and a number of other games. You can actually enter the menu here. You can see the names of the enemies. These guys are just unnamed Mullenkamp soldiers, but sometimes get a little bit more information about it. Vagrant Story's got a really unique combat system. It is turn-based, progressing in real time. It's kind of hard to explain, but basically you have a hidden ATB sort of thing that charges up, and when it's full, that character gets to take their turn. And that includes your character. There's small pauses in between your attacks that let the enemies get their turns as well. So. It's got a very complicated damage system. It's the Dark Souls of its era in some ways. One thing that I adore that you can do, that a lot of people maybe don't know about, is that you can go into first-person view. The lighting in this game is phenomenal. It's been talked to death through the years, but it's still worth mentioning every single time. Like the fake lighting that they bake into the textures and stuff. It just ends up... Oh gosh, this game is a whole mood, man. Combat complete. Even those footsteps, synthetics, man, it's so good. Just the lighting and the spider webs and stuff. That dynamic music. Oh my god. The body is but a vessel for the soul, a puppet which bends to the soul's tyranny. And lo, the body is not eternal, for it must feed on the flesh of others, lest it return to the dust whence it came. Therefore must the soul deceive, despise, and murder men. AJ Durai will recognize the name from Final Fantasy Tactics, Alazlam, Alazlam. Le Monde is an old town with a history of over 2,000 years. Its walls have seen many battles. They are stronger than the mightiest forts of Valindia, and as the sun wheels through the sky, the beauty of their shifting colors surpasses that of any palace. The grand cathedral that towers over the town center is a symbol of Le Monde's indomitable spirit and is the holy ground of the devout Iocus priesthood. At its height, Le Monde was a thriving community more than 5,000 people strong. 25 years ago, a great earthquake brought that chapter in Le Monde's history to a close. According to the survivors, our comrade Agent Wright headed out for Le Monde before noon. Of course, the reports are vague and we cannot deny the possibility of inaccuracies, yet given that there is only one path to infiltrate Le Monde, this office believed the reports to be valid. We sent men to monitor the abandoned mine shaft that leads to Le Monde. All were found dead. At the entrance, other bodies were found. 2 knights of the Cardinal's crimson blades. Our men were murdered with swords, but the knights' wounds show they died by their own hands. At present, we have taken the bodies into our custody, and our specialists are continuing the examination. Excerpt from Greyland's Incident Investigation Report, Section Pi. Okay, I did not want to talk over that intro because I wanted you guys to appreciate the stellar sound of this game. Like, the visuals for a PS1 game are obviously stellar and they get a lot of attention, but the sound is also just fantastic. So, Shukrima, thank you very much. Thank you very much to everybody who got back in here during the intro there. I've seen a lot of questions about how we're streaming this. You can use the !VS command to get the details. The scan lines are an optional effect that I have included that the OSSC can do. I think it gets the visuals closer to what they are on a CRT. I am not sure how the encoding on Twitch is going to handle it. It is going to look best in source quality. What else? The dithering effect is actually the original game, so... Oops, I'm gonna do that a lot. It looked very good in my test recording from yesterday. Oops, wrong slot. Yeah, it looked really good in my test recording yesterday. Actually, a lot better than the PS3. This is available on the PSN though, so if you're looking to play it and you don't have it on PS1, you do still have the option. This game's absolutely legendary for its style, but it's also legendary for being quote-unquote difficult and obtuse. It's similar to Dark Souls in the fashion that there are tons of stats that impact the damage that you do, and back in the day, a lot of people just were not ready for it, and it makes sense. Like, even knowing what's going on, if you forget, like, what type of weapon works best against which bosses or what have you, you can still end up doing very low damage. Also, Steve, thank you very much. Welcome in. I greatly appreciate the Vagrant Story love, guys. Helps me play games that I really love from the past without worrying about keeping the lights on, so I appreciate it. Bad there. There's box puzzles. We ain't gotta do this box puzzle. We don't have to do that one. We can just hop on over. One of the really cool things about this game, I mean, there's lots of cool things about this game. You're gonna hear me gush over it the whole time. But every room has a name. This is the Hall of Struggle that we're in right now. And every single one of these rooms has a name. Okay. Hey, what's up, Razar? Jai, welcome back, man. Thank you very much. So, a little bit of recap from the intro since I wasn't narrating it. I will try to generally explain what has happened so far. There was an attack by a quote-unquote cult called Mullenkamp on Duke Bardorba's residence, right? And we were sent in along, and also the church's knights showed up along with the risk breakers who work for Parliament. So you've got, you kind of have in Vagrant Story, you've got the monarchy, you've got the aristocracy, you've got Parliament, and then you also have the church, and all of these different forces have their kind of like political impact on things, right? Well, there was a dragon at the manor, and as we saw, Duke Bardorba ordered the manor burnt down. He clearly knew about the dragon. There's speculation that Sydney and Duke Bardorba are working together and that this was signs of a falling out between them. Either way, we, as Ashley Riot, Risk Breaker, and an agent of Parliament, basically, as a Risk Breaker, Valindia Knight of Peace, and colloquially known as the Risk Breakers, we've been sent into Le Monde to try to capture Sydney, figure out what's going on. The Crimson Blades, which are the Knights of the Church, the Cardinal's men, are the Pope's men, if you look at the original Japanese. They are also here, and everybody's kind of wondering why. Everybody's kind of wondering why. They're speculating that it's to go after the cult, but you know, there's different possibilities there. Here we have members of the Crimson Blades speculating as to their own mission. Even the Blades don't know why they're here. One of them says, we're after Sydney and the cult, the Mullenkamp cult. The other one says, no, we're here to get this, the miracles of Le Monde, this sorcery, these grimoires. I do love the fact that, you know, floating platforms are enough to make these guys lose their shit. They're like, it flies. Like, it kind of sets the bar and establishes within the world, like, what degree magic is actually a thing. Yeah, it's fantastic. Also, Revenant, thank you very much for all the love today. Cherish and Entropy, welcome back, y'all. We also see the name Guildenstern. Once again, we've been seeing that a lot in our Japanese games here recently. It's a Hamlet reference, if I remember correctly. Rubbish, we're servants of the Lord. No true knight of the cross would dabble in the black arts. It's only a rumor, brother. But if Sydney is truly the worker of diablerie they claim he is, I say fight fire with fire. I say let the Lord be our shield. Ever the choir boy. That line is so classic. This game's got, I am the reinforcements. This game's got so many good lines. Well, you say that, Batty. We actually have a Rosencrantz in this game as well. The only shield I see is the one covering your eyes. Heretic or no, I believe what I see in right now. I see sorcery. Swine will take wings for the likes of us use magic, my friend. Aye, but with a grimoire, your fattest sow could outfly my swiftest falcon, if ye believe the chroniclers. Interesting little event right there. Is like, is Ashley hallucinating? Is it a ghost? What's going on? This little grayscale child. This game's presentation is so good. One of the things I really like about this particular room is the fact that when you check the statuses here, you can actually get some names. Sackheim, Goodwin. Can actually get the names of these Crimson Blades that we are about to murder. Now, it being a video game and them coming at you as enemies, you know, it's very natural for you to just be like, oh, well, let me kill these enemies. But why are we enemies? Like, think about this for a second. They are just startled by us, apparently, at this point, right? But we're a Knight of Parliament chasing after Mullenkamp. They are Knights of the Cross chasing after Mullenkamp. You get me? Well, you're not one of them. Yeah, I know, but there's more to it in this game. There is more to it in this game. This game doesn't necessarily play that stuff perfectly straight because the game demands it. Well, you'll see. You'll see. I wonder if I can... I'll try to bait these guys to demonstrate something. Ah, I didn't quite get it. I'm not gonna be able to get it over here. Maybe if I go this way. Nah, it's not worth it. I was gonna demonstrate to you guys that there is there's a line of fire effect on all the attacks in this game. I didn't realize it worked for spells. Ray actually taught me that it worked for spells, but even melee attacks, if one of their allies gets in between you and them and they attack, they can hit their ally instead of you. Actually, when I was doing my test recording yesterday, I had Goodwin kill Sackheim. It's just like, oh my god, I want to show this, but I screwed it up. Oh well, I hope that you figure out some stuff about this game that makes you maybe want to go back to it because it's stellar. Obviously, different parts of the body we can target here. Different parts have different hit rates, take different amounts of damage because they have different amounts of defense against our attack. We're using a slashing, or rather edged attack right now, and you can look at the bottom and it says target single edged physical human. Lots of different properties for your attacks in this game, and like I said, it's one of the reasons why I think a lot of people struggle with it so much. So we just murdered a couple of Knights of the Cross like it's nothing. I love it because it's such a, like, this is storyline relevant here, what we've just done, but because it's a video game, you know, you wouldn't think twice about it. It's a little bit meta in that respects. Fire up another save here. Or we could just keep going. Make the cobblestones fly like the clouds with a grimoire. With a grimoire. Hey, what's up, Just Dave? Well, welcome in. I hope you enjoy it. This will probably be my regular streaming time moving forward for the morning. I'm trying to do a split schedule where I do a few hours in the morning and a few hours in the evening and hit multiple time zones with the stream so that more people can watch. But yeah, doing my best. No live burials today, thanks. I'm gonna bump up the in-game audio here a little bit. You guys let me know if it gets to overpowering my voice, but I really want to communicate this game's sound design and music because it's stellar, but I will say the music tends to be mixed a little bit low. Got hit by a wolf for 3 big old damage. Yeah, I agree with that, Rizard. The color palette of this game is just phenomenal. And people often talk about, like, you know, Souls fans especially, I guess, to compare everything to Souls. I'm guilty of that. But I will say that I feel like part of the reason why Dark Souls comes up so much with Vagrant Story, a lot of it's like some of the palette choices and also the way that they do some of the architecture and stuff. Like, in addition to the weird, like, damage type stuff, calculations that go on the RPG stuff. There's a trap here, if I remember right, it's a gust trap, which is a wind trap. You can avoid it, but I guess I should show it off. That is so Team Quest. That is such a Quest thing to do. Men in the sense of, haha, remember those 2 grunts you killed and didn't think about, now it's coming back to bite you in the ass? Or more like, we got an in-game reason for the story of killing 2 knights of the church in cold blood? Kind of both. Kind of both. What's up, spaghettis? Here comes one of Parliament's watchdogs. You, go back and silence his yapping. Parliament's watchdogs? See, this is what I was referring to. The fact that, like, why would the forces of Parliament and the forces of the church have to be fighting here? And he's also taken aback by the language that's being used. He's like, Parliament's watchdogs? An agent of the VKP. You can follow orders, can you not? The VKP is your enemy. Now, go. Sir. Oh, it wasn't who they thought it was. It wasn't who they thought it was. And now you have perhaps a little explanation as to why some of these Knights of the Cross are trying to kill Ashley now. They might have a different reason to kill him later, but right now, they're being deceived. Sydney being creepy again. These guys have no names. But that's the sort of detail that it's really easy to miss, but it's really cool. Like, that they included it, that they thought about it. Vagrant Story is... Honestly, the thing about Vagrant Story, Tactics, Final Fantasy 12, like, that quest team is just so artful and considerate in their choices. Like, they think about stuff, and it absolutely shows. Like, even if you don't notice those little details, even if you don't consciously notice them, the game still feels complete even without you consciously noticing them, because everything's logically consistent. Like, you subconsciously realize, that makes sense. This guy got a crossbow. You know how we feel about crossbow guys. How about a headshot to kill it? Oh, no, we'll just take your arm off. Yeah, exactly. They are. It also, yeah, that's a good point, Laura, because it also kind of establishes how strong that hierarchy is there, right? These Knights of the Cross are just like they're surprised, like a Parliament's watchdog. But then he's like, you could take orders, right? Go. They're your enemy. Kill them. They're like, yes, sir. I love it, man. It's a big one. I do not feel I'm welcome here. Yeah, that's me in social situations as well, Ashley. I can relate. I can relate. Also, rocking the assless chaps. I can relate. I gotta say, man, a lot of people maybe have not noticed that Ashley's ass is hanging out here. It is. It absolutely is. This is at the first branching point, if I remember right. Try me, Silver Wolf. Hey, what's up, Crypt? Let's see, the name of this room is Chamber of Fear. Yeah. Little side room over here with a trap and some treasure. Of course, we take them cure roots. You can try to use your movement to manipulate enemies to jump on and off of obstacles, which, when that exclamation point's over their head, they're trying to do an attack on you, and as soon as they get in range, they're ready and they're going to use their attack. But you can try to bait them to jump on and off of stuff, and while they're doing that, they're not able to attack you. So you can use that to avoid some damage. The door has been unlocked. Yeah, those crisp sound effects, like, it's... everything about this game was so well thought out. Yep, it's like an ATB timer. It's a dot, it's a couple dots, it's 3 dots, it's an exclamation point, you're getting bopped. Precisely. Oh. Oh. What have we here? You say playing this on PS2 is the way to go? Don't have a PS3 or Vita. If you don't have a Vita and you do have a PS2, I think it's the way to go, especially if you have a CRT. I think that this stream probably is going to look fairly good if you're watching it in source quality. It's still nowhere near what it looks like if you just play it on a CRT. This game looks really, really, really good on the display technology that it was intended for. So you ended up hooking up your PS2 and bought 2 more games for it, all due to me playing on it. Hell yeah! I am being a good influence on this world. Seventh Heaven's a crossbow, obviously here. I don't think we particularly need it. I don't know that we need the reinforced glove, to be honest, because the reinforced glove adds like 1 point of physical defense, if I remember right, but the bandages that you start with, so it would add 1 point of strength defense or something like that, but you would lose like 10 points of int defense. Like, these bandages actually provide a substantial amount of magic defense. And magic attacks in this game are scary when they're multi-target. If it's a single target attack, you're like, ah ha ha, I don't care. If it's a multi-target attack, you're like, am I dead now? Did I just die? Also, there's a little bit of lore on some of these items. The rude necklace that you start with at the beginning of the game. Necklace with the root of the Iokas priesthood, once owned by Tia. I mean, I know who the F Tia is, but a lot of people are gonna be like, who the F's Tia? Well, you'll find out. But the Ioka's priesthood, if you think back, we've already heard of the Ioka's priesthood. It was headquartered in Le Monde, so ahem. It's like, hello shenanigans, if you're paying attention, man. If you're paying attention. It's so good, man. I have a CRT TV, yes, Revenant. Although I'm not able to play this on it while streaming. I can play my old games on it when I'm not streaming, but when I'm streaming, I'm using the OSSC. Yep, basically the difference between 60 and 600. Damage taken if it's a multi-target attack. Ow! I guess the game probably overpowers me a bit when we're fighting. Vagrant Story's got streaky audio. Like, it's mostly ambient sound. And I can keep it turned up pretty high, but then once the sound effects are going, it's gonna be louder. So, box puzzle, yay. Ashley's very fucking strong. If you don't learn anything else today, understand, Ashley Riot is very strong. Do you even lift boxes, bro? Yeah. Probably plywood and empty. Ah! Alright, so you're supposed to get one of these boxes and then use it to jump up over on this. Hold up. I can probably just show you. Ah, hello? So there's a switch up there that we have to pull to open this door. And you're supposed to jump up for it on one of the boxes. There is something holding this door shut. I wonder. And so it's supposed to be a little bit of a tutorial here on you can attack and break, not these cube indestructibles, but these cubes. You can break them and then you can use that to be able to pick up the other one. Or it's probably gonna take me a while to get this, but there is you don't have to do it. You don't have to do it. Don't ask me how I found that. The answer is I just spent too much time playing Vagrant Story. What you're supposed to do is this. Do that, and then you jump up. And then you always push circle to interact because it's the confirm button in this game. And having confirm and interact be different buttons in a video game is a pet peeve of mine. So you have to push X to interact with this and then circle to confirm it. If you hit X again, it cancels. So, Ashley made it through. Love it. And then right back into battle. This game's presentation is so smart. I really, I don't know, man. I don't even know. Not only that scene is so smart because it provides you with like that light and that counterbalance to these dark dungeons you're in, but it also provides that sort of mystery. And it's just, I love Vagrant Story, and when they say they don't make games like this anymore, no, that's not true. They never made games like this. They never made games like this. This wasn't common back then either. Vagrant Story is a fucking masterpiece. It's crazy. It's crazy, dude. There's lots of little janky frustrations with it that are gonna be off-putting to a lot of people, and you know, I totally get that, and it sucks because this game's amazing. Oh, this time we actually do need a box. Yeah, I was the one who made a specific Twitter for it, but then I encountered all kinds of different problems with trying to operate that. Consider this my atonement. All right. All right. Save time, baby. No, you're fine, Freya. That wasn't rude. All right. We were in the break room. Now we're in the black market. So we're in the wine cellars right now is the overall area that we're in. And some of these rooms tell some interesting little stories. We're in the black market of wines. We started in Entrance to Darkness, Workers' Break Room, Hall of Struggle, Smoke Barrel Stair, the Wine Guild Hall, the Wine Magnate's Chambers, Fine Vintage Vault, Chamber of Fear, the Reckoning Room. Like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. You know, oh, it's this Smoke Barrel Stair where they have all of the barrels stacked up at the stair that goes up. There's the Guild Hall, the Magnate's Chambers, and then near the Magnate's Chambers, the Fine Vintage Vault, where he kept his, and then the Chamber of Fear. Wait, why would anybody be scared here? Oh, they were going to the Reckoning Room for punishment, man. It will be, theory. If she manages to get it, a laborer's thirst, the rich drown in wine, room of rotten grapes. Like, the names of the rooms kind of tell you some interesting little stories. A little bit of world building that they do with the room names. I actually read an article, I can't remember if it was on Shmupulations or not, where the localizers of Vagrant Story were talking about the process, and specifically about the process of naming the rooms and stuff. I've looked into the Japanese names, and a lot of the translations are very close on this. Why don't more people name rooms like that? I don't know, Arazadi. Like, there's also, hi, how are you doing today? There's so many. This game has so many awesome lessons for how to do a game, but yeah. Also, Anon, thank you very much for the cheer. I really appreciate it. I had to remove that Command V, I'm sorry. That's on me. Final Fantasy 12 has names for rooms, if I recall correctly. 12 is same team. Well, same basic team. I guess it would be an expanded version of the quest team. Let's see. I'm giving you some potions and stuff here. I wonder why. What's up, Zach? How are you doing? Also, I'm hoping that the 3-hour morning streams and 3-hour evening streams, I'm hoping that helps us stay focused and, like, not here for a long time, but a good time, right? We're an hour in. We got 2 more to go, guys. You don't level up in this game, but you can get bonuses to your stats from these wheels. You can manipulate it, but hell if I... Well, it's possible to manipulate it, but hell if I can. Why did I alternate between the head and right arm? I just wanted to. Damaging his head can disable his special attack, Giga Rush. It has a lower % chance to hit his head, but it takes more damage and can disable his special attack, if I remember right. I was hoping we could see Giga Rush, but he didn't use it. The Sigil, which is needed to unlock a door. Heal spell and to generate. Both of these extraordinarily useful, especially this one. Notice the textures. First of all, there's treasure up here. It's missable, like if you're not paying attention. When I say missable, I mean not that you can't come back for it, but that if you're not paying attention, you won't get it. That's not guaranteed treasure there. It's there if you see it. But look at the floor. Another thing I want to talk about, I should have actually talked about earlier. You notice how when the boss died, he disappeared? He just kind of like faded into darkness and like was absorbed. You'll also notice that the humans that we killed earlier, if you go back and watch the VOD again, okay, no, but seriously, the humans that we killed earlier, they also faded into darkness. But if you go back to the very beginning, remember the couple of Mullenkamp soldiers that we fought in the tutorial section? They did not. Their corpses stayed on the ground, and that's something that somebody had pointed out to me while I was doing the daily Vagrant stuff, if I remember right. Such a cool detail. This town is ruled by the power of the quote-unquote dark. It is a wellspring of dark energy, and corpses get absorbed back into the darkness. But we weren't in Le Monde in the beginning, so the corpses didn't do that there. And that's dope, man. The level of attention that they paid. The Pelta, yay. Shield will be good for us. I'm thinking about using a dagger and maybe a staff on this run. It's helpful to keep a two-handed weapon, but just for fun. I'll use a dagger when we get one. And I've never used staves very much. I don't usually use magic very much in this game, so I kind of want to. And yes, your equipment's appearances changes. Your armor doesn't, but your weapon and your shield does. We are Ashley the whole time, Drago. The transparency effect on the fog there. Alright, it's story time, y'all. Notice the sound effect for his clapping. That metal. That is so awesome. This is one of my favorite lines here. Always calm, detached, a smooth flow of thought into action. Indeed, it is almost as if you had no soul. How do you do it? Body and soul are one, yet yours are separate like a child from the night in his storybook. Where is your soul, Risk Breaker? Is this VKP training? Or did you see something that made you shut your soul away? Show me your soul. I am waiting for you, Ashley Riot. Oh, man. You failed to prevent something bad as such classic bad guy dialogue. You think that? You would think, and I understand where you're coming from, but anyway. Did you notice during the cutscene the blonde lady's necklace? You noticed it, didn't you? You noticed it. Oh, you're gonna have to go back and watch the VOD again. One might think that it was to you. Might think. Just saying. I think these VODs are gonna have some replay value, yes. That's just the way this game works. Alright. We have chain attacks now. You push the button at the right time. And you continue the chain. So now we can basically use this to extend our turn. We get our initial first attack, and then we can follow it up with these chain abilities, which have varying effects. You know, we've got heavy shot, which just lets us deal a good amount of extra damage on a follow-up on a combo hit. Gain life, which lets us heal a little bit. Temper, which lets us repair our weapon a little bit. That's pretty useful. This is one of the most useful ones. But you see in the top left where it says risk 0 right now. The more you attack, the more you build up your risk. That was fast. And once you get to like, I think 8, if I remember right, 8 is the magic number of chains, risk starts to increase exponentially. Risk makes you take more damage from enemy hits. You don't want high risk, so it's kind of a lot of people are gonna be tempted to think that, oh, I should just chain combo as much as I possibly can to damage the enemies without giving them turns. Not really. There's a limit on it. You can extend your turn up to a chain of about 8 before you start to have negative effects. So as 8 hits the optimum amount of attacks, less 8 or less, I would say. Yeah, you can push it if you think that the boss is about to die or something along those lines. It's certainly a tactical decision that you can make. Let's see. We already equipped the Pelta. We've got Fandango. You could one chain a boss if you're good enough. You could. The timing does change, if I remember correctly, the higher you get on your chain. And another hidden mechanic of the game, and I don't like that this is hidden, actually. This is one of my criticisms of the game, is that, like, you see the hit percentage there on this bat, right? It's going to do 68 damage, thereabouts, and it's got a 100% chance to hit. Even if it was like 75% chance to hit, you would be like, all right, it's got a 75% chance to hit. Chain attacks don't have the same percent chance. Like, enemies have different amounts of chain evasion compared to their initial hit evasion. And it's hidden. You don't know. And furthermore, what makes it really bad for me is the fact that different parts of enemies have different amounts of chain evasion. And so it's really hard to know. And Griffin, it's my pleasure, man. Also, Mia, thank you very much and welcome back. So yeah. That's yeah, that's like I said, the game does have its parts that are fairly obtuse. We also have defense abilities at this point. That was a crit for double damage. Wolf is breaking boxes to try to get at us. Let me see if I can use a defense ability here. There. Oh, I should have chained. I forgot he doesn't die in one. So, I used a defense ability in there. I used Impact Guard. Reduces physical damage by 50%. He hit me for 5. I pressed the circle button at the right time. I healed for 2. The way that it works, it doesn't reduce the damage on the initial hit. You heal for the damage. But if I remember correctly, you can prevent death with this if you have like 10 HP left and he hits you for 15 and you Impact Guard You take the damage, but you won't die because you heal with the impact guard. If I remember right, it does work that way. So this one actually an offensive version of it, where instead of preventing the damage, you take the full damage, but you do some of it back to the enemy. Reflect damage being useful for some players who are struggling with some of the RPG systems for sure, to be able to damage the enemy. There's a number of chain abilities and defense abilities that are just useful if you're having a hard time with the RPG mechanics, because they don't rely so much on your affinities. Also, Impat, welcome back, and I'm glad to be playing it. Really appreciate the love people are showing it too. Ah, I was fast. Again? Okay. Need to calm down a little bit. Notice this is a really cool thing, a really cool aspect of this. When you revisit this room, remember there were multiple boxes stacked up before, but they just go ahead and remove one of them so that it doesn't slow you down so much. You've already solved the puzzle going one way, so they kind of respect your time there, and they just go ahead and take away one of the boxes so that you could just hop up. I wasn't trying to defend myself, I was trying to attack. That's one thing that happens a fair amount. Ah, crap. Alright, so let me talk about why you're probably not doing any damage in Vagrant Story. If you're trying to play Vagrant Story and you're noticing that you're doing 1 or 2 damage per hit, the first 2 things you need to check, you look at your weapon, you need to look at the DP and the PP. The DP is durability, the PP is, do I have to explain what the PP is? I guess I should. It's phantom power. The more you use your weapon and kill enemies with it, you build up the phantom power, and the more you use your weapon, the more you reduce the durability. Now you can use that temper ability that we got, that chain ability, to restore durability, and that is a good thing, because if I remember right, it's basically 100% difference in the effectiveness and the efficacy of your weapon if you're empty DP versus full DP, and if you're empty PP versus full PP. You want them both to be full so that you'll actually do damage. Also, thank you very much, Drago. I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. So, all I'm trying to say is, the more you use a weapon, the more you build up its PP, its phantom power, phantom points, whatever. So you use a weapon. When you first get a weapon, it's going to be really weak. You have to use it for a little bit before it's going to get strong. The second thing, you need to use temper. You need to use temper to restore the DP. You can actually like use a workshop to restore it as well, but it costs phantom points to do that, and so it's like a net gain of 0 at that point. It kind of makes temper like the most important chain ability. Use this chain ability. Use this chain ability. You will end up doing more damage to the enemies over time, I promise. So yeah, if you're struggling with Vagrant Story and you're not doing much damage, check those things first. Now there are other things that can reduce your damage a lot, but let's talk about those when they become a problem. We've already done, this is Chamber of Fear right here. We've already done Reckoning Room, and I don't think anything changes there. What's up, Knifeland? I keep hitting the button too early. And I stepped on the Gus trap. That was not me just showing off the trap. That was me just genuinely forgetting about it. Yes, the sound. I've set up my stream today very carefully to try to show off not only the visuals but also the audio in this game, and I hope it's communicating well. Hope it's getting through. Oop. You see me put my weapon away a lot. First of all, you regen more outside of combat. You regen faster. Your HP does. I think your risk also goes down quicker. On the other hand, if you get hit while you don't have your weapons out, you don't get any of their bonuses. So, for example, our shield, the Peltis shield, is raising our defense against physical attacks by 6. It's raising our defense against intelligence-based attacks, basically magic, by 10. We don't get the bonuses if we have it put away, so we get hit a lot harder. How we got hit a lot harder. Class, affinity, type. Class, I think, is fairly straightforward. It's the effectiveness of something against human, beast, undead, phantom, dragon, or evil types. The affinity is your element. So this shield will help us more against physical attacks than it will against, for example, water attacks. And then there's also a blunt-edged piercing system. All of these things kind of stack together. People definitely get caught up on grinding out class and affinity points, because the more you attack, for example, wolves, the higher, well, that's a shield, so that's not a good example, but the more that I attack wolves and bats with Fandango, the better it's going to get against killing beasts. Now, it loses points against other things to kind of make up for that. You gain more than you lose overall, but people get really caught up on grinding out class and affinity. It doesn't really matter that much. It's the thing about it. At the end of the day, it's more about DP, PP, and, you know, just using the right type of weapon. Those are really, that's where the majority of your damage is determined, is actually durability and phantom power. And then the type is just easy to change. And frankly, the affinity is easy to change with a gem. So it really, min-maxing weapons in this game. Yeah, but it makes sense because people fall into this trap because this is something that they know they can do, right? Like they learn that they can do this and that it makes their weapon better against a certain type of thing. And they're also struggling because they don't necessarily know how the durability and phantom power and stuff like that works. Like, at that point, you know, they're doing the only thing that they can think to do, the thing that seems obvious, right? And so I understand, and I do think that it is, you know, one of the criticisms, like the legit criticisms of this game, is that it doesn't necessarily explain things in a way that most players are going to understand what's going on. And, you know, like, whether that's a problem for you or not, it just depends on the person, right? Like, some people are going to like the fact that it's obtuse, and they're going to be like, well, it doesn't really hold your hand, and you got to figure it out, and that's fine. Like, there's different ways to look at it, for sure. Alright, I didn't interact with this earlier because I knew that we weren't going through this door, but there was a locked door. I think this is it Smoke Barrel Stair, or is it, yeah, in the Smoke Barrel Stair is where the door is. But now that we have the chamomile seal, or sigil, we can actually go through here. So, let's do it. Sigils turn to dust when you can no longer use them. Is this some magic or merely the power of Lemond? Very Demon Souls, very Shrine of Storms, right? Poor Mandel. Poor man. I love that they name these enemies. Like, they don't name every zombie, but this guy has a name. They don't beat you over the head with it, but it's there for you if you want to know. Alright, rest in pieces, Mandel. You gotta go, bro. I'm sorry. This meat's starting to turn. How do I know the name? From the menu there. If you're asking how Ashley knows the name, Ashley probably doesn't. I think it's just meta. Mandel's dead. We get his rapier. Another unfortunate side effect of the phantom power situation is that a lot of the times when people get a weapon, they assume that it's crap because they start using it and it's not doing very much damage because its phantom power isn't built up yet. But this gives us a thrusting weapon. A piercing type. Ron, thank you very much. I am doing well. I'm having fun playing some Vagrant Story here today. And I think chat's been having a lot of fun with it too, which makes me really happy because this game's awesome. Is this too part of your game, Sydney? See, we're doing very little damage right here. 15 is about the best that we can do. You'll notice that at the bottom, instead of saying edge now, it says single pierce physical undead. It's because we changed weapons. We are dealing piercing type. It's letting us know what type of damage we're going to be doing to the enemy here. Ah, that was fast. I used my impact guard there to reduce the damage from that. Right now, you'll notice our hit rate is going down. That is because our risk is going up. It's an interesting feedback loop too. The more damage your weapon is doing, the higher your accuracy is going to be because the lower your risk is going to be because it takes less swings to kill the enemy. And so it's a really weird, there's like a breaking point where it breaks one way or the other and then it reinforces itself. If you have a low damage weapon, you're going to have to attack a lot. If you have to attack a lot, your risk goes up. If your risk goes up, your accuracy goes down. If your accuracy goes down, you have to attack more. It's just a interesting sort of game. I keep doing that. Actually, I should show if we swap over to our oopsie daisy. If if we swap over to Fandango here. Oh, get another chain ability or a defense ability. Gain magic is going to be useful for us if we're going to use lots of magic this time around. Guess I'll get gain magic. I'm going to try to make myself use magic. So you see this guy's taking like 46 from Fandango. The Rapier's only got 7 Phantom at this point. I am not Dark Cloud 2. I started it in the evening, so I'm keeping it in the evening. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to keep whichever game I'm doing in a time slot in that same time slot. Dankus, what's up, man? Welcome back. Thank you very much. I keep doing that, man. Trying to build up the phantom power of this rapier here. Also obsessively using. That was actually a lady zombies groan there, wasn't it? Lady zombies groan. That sounds like a heavy metal band or some shit. Oh my god. It kind of promotes using the right type of damage against an enemy, I guess. Kinda, Dusk. It kinda, but it really just, I don't know. It's a weird feedback loop in the sense that the more knowledge you have about the way the system works, the easier, like exponentially easier the game is, and the less you have, it gets exponentially harder. Phantom power builds up as you attack, as you hit enemies and deal damage. You see, we were at 7, and now we're at 27. But also notice that the DP, the durability of the rapier, has not fallen because I've been using the chain ability temper pretty obsessively. Alright, I hope you enjoy Covenant, Drago. And enjoy the VOD when you get a chance to see it. It's basically like Neo's Familiarity, but if your weapon also broke while you were doing it, like it would also wear down and break, and then if you repaired it, like at a blacksmith or something, you would lose Familiarity in order to restore the durability. It basically is this big old balancing game that means you should use temper. It's really, you should use temper. That's the main point. Use temper. The room of cheap white wine and the room of cheap red wine. Use a little bit of gain life here. Get our HP back up. I have to be honest, for me, rather than the visuals of Ashley's attacks, I end up using the sound effects more as my cue for when to use the chain abilities. Also, Europa, good morning. How are you doing? And thank you very much, and welcome back. The Greedy One's Den. Have a nice dinner, perp. Okay. Cool balls fight there with Doulahan. Hey, what's up, Thomas? How are you doing, man? Yeah. So I don't know if you guys noticed there. I swapped and checked the damage of Fandango versus the Rapier, and actually our piercing weapon was doing more damage there, despite not having its Phantom power up yet. It's one of those things where if people don't start using the Rapier right away when they get it, its Phantom power won't be high enough, and they'll end up doing more damage with Fandango there. But Fandango's durability is going to be starting to get low, particularly if they don't know to temper a lot. You probably also noticed that its abdomen takes a lot of extra damage compared to like its arm that I was hitting, but the percent chance of actually hitting its abdomen's a lot lower, see? What else? You know, we got a break art there. I've never personally found the break arts to be particularly useful at all. They cost HP to use, and then it does a special attack. You could use like Rending Gale here. It's affinity as weapon type piercing. I've just never particularly found them super useful. Me, can I teach you to play Tekken? I am sorry, I don't have any interest in Tekken. Sorry, cool cat. Sorry. Hey, what's up, Wabi? Tekken just for whatever reason never appealed to me. I also used a spell in that battle. I guess I should talk about how that works. When you get a grimoire, when you use it, it will cast a spell. After you use it the first time, you learn the spell, and you can cast the spell, but at the cost of MP. It's better to not use grimoires until you have to, because if I remember correctly, you can use them even when you're silenced. Hard to take a warrior seriously when he's wearing assless chaps and pigtails. Those are gonna be your own hang-ups there, Al. If he's kicking your ass, doesn't really matter what he's wearing. That's how I feel. Although, to be honest, like, I don't really... The artist for this game is phenomenal, but I don't really like most of his character design fashion choices. His actual art I like a lot, but, you know, his way of coloring and shading things. Two-handed piercing weapon. We also get our first gem. Braveheart is a very, very, very good gem. Increases the success rate of non-magical attacks by 20%. That's just a 20% hit rate up. Also, Interstellar, if I didn't say it, welcome back and thank you very much. I hope you're enjoying Vagrant Story. I can understand the wife's perspective if she's like, why are you watching such an old game? I can understand that. But at the same time, it's precisely because it's an old game that you don't see very much anymore. You don't see the appreciation for it. So. I think I'm trying to remember. Yeah, we can just go to setup here, attach a gem. Only the rusty nail is capable of having one attached right now. I don't want to use the spear though, so we're gonna use the rapier instead. What's up, Badgers? Going pretty good. What was the name of this room again? The Hero's Wine Hall. Yeah, Karog, I guess that's a pretty good way to put it. Why are you reading such an old, why are you watching such an old movie? You'll be playing the whole thing? That's the plan, Thomas. 3 hours a day is what I'm planning to do. Now we are in the catacombs, the Hall of Sworn Revenge. Satrius, welcome back. Welcome to the Hall of Sworn Revenge. Look at this, man. Oh, also, I skipped out on one of these chests earlier in the game, and you might not know why. I'm gonna skip out on this one too. This is not a treasure chest. This is a container where you can put extra items that won't fit in your inventory. And the problem with it is that it has to access your memory card in order to do that. So, yeah, takes time. Speaking of time, we've been going for an hour and 45 minutes. I am going to take a quick restroom break. I suggest you guys do the same. Go to the bathroom, you need to get something to drink, grab a snack. Now is the time to do it. And I will be back in just a couple of minutes. And we will continue with Vagrant Story. Be right back, guys. Okay. So now we have a fairly lengthy section of exploration. Xenogears after Vagrant Story? Maybe. This guy's scary. This guy's real scary. He's got a multi-target attack, and you would think, well, there's only one Ashley, yeah, but each individual body part is a target, and so it does a lot of damage. And get him killed before we can use it. Astora, thanks for the cheer, man. What's this room's called? What's this room called? The Last Blessing. Oh my. I wonder if we should use our Fandango here. We're starting to get the Phantom power up on the Rapier. This is already better against beasts. I don't know. Actually, I think the next room's got some undead. Anyway, so Revenant, thank you for the cheer. Xenogears? We could go Xenogears. We could go that route. After this, we could. Ah. Swing and a miss. Aha! Thank God. We actually got to illustrate the friendly fire there. The wolf wanted to hit me, but the skeleton got in the way. Big crit. Ah. I want to repair Fandango. Astora, thank you for the subs to Hal, Squat, Bashir, Two-Handed Taco, and Daz It Up. Thank you very much. You also got wolves in your catacombs? Well, I mean, it makes sense. They're freezing. They're in here feasting on the bones of the dead, right? Besides, these aren't just normal wolves. These are freaking hellhounds. We got some skeletons that are in excellent condition. Listen, I know you say he's rotted and his meat's all fallen off and his bones are shattered and where's part of his skull, but I'm telling you, this skeleton is in excellent condition, okay? For all of your skeletal purposes. This guy, he's in good shape. I don't understand why are you trying to bargain me down? I'm offering you a good price, ma'am. He's excellent. His right arm, his head, his body, and his... What do you mean, where's his left arm? Look, his right arm is excellent. This skeleton even has a baseball... a club. Clearly not a baseball bat, clearly a club. Can we just talk about how... these are different skeleton enemies? Like, because of the way that their stance is, it just, I love it, man. Like, they come across as completely different enemies, despite the fact they're both just skeletons. There's a hole in his head, don't con me. Well, do you not have a hole in your skull? You should have a few, actually. If you don't, might I suggest you're the one with the problem? Later, Dankus, take it easy, man. By the way, are we okay with the audio balance here? I recognize this area's a little bit louder with its background track. I play Xenosaga. I tried the first one. I was not as big a fan of Xenosaga as I was of Xenogears. Oh ho. What's this then? Audio's good? Okay. Just wanted to double check because I recognize this area is a little different than the other one. We're exploring. Yeah, I wanted the game mixed high for this. Hold on, I gotta point this out. I got to. Once again, a completely different skeleton. Notice that a different part of his skull's missing. His overall, like, coloration is different. Like, all these skeletal enemies, they're all different. He's got his left arm. Now, ma'am, surely you're not gonna pass on this fine specimen. He's even got your beloved left arm that you wanted to. What do you mean you don't want him because he's white? Well, okay. Ah! The timing is bad. Alright. Treasure. Yes, Vagrant Story is a really good game. A flawed masterpiece, I believe most people would call it. Even its flaws are just flavor. If you love it hard enough. Ooh, it's the pink squirrel. A crossguard, an Iokus. Lazarite containing Saint Iokus's prayer slightly increases power against undead. Yeah, the pink squirrel. I think we want all of this. Are y'all ready for the pink squirrel? This is basically a baseball bat. The pink squirrel is useful in that it is the first blunt weapon that we get. But the problem is, not only does it come with no phantom power, it also comes half broken. Its durability is also fairly low. I think I want to finish building up the rapier and Fandango, and then I'll worry about the frickin' squirrel. Before we can put that crossguard to use, I'm pretty sure we have to get to a workshop. Wait, or can you disassemble and reassemble weapons without a workshop? I think we have to have it. Oh, what was that room called, by the way? I'm curious about that one. We gotta get our flavor. The rodent-ridden chamber, the persecution hall, the weeping corridor. The Hall of Sworn Revenge, the Last Blessing, the Weeping Corridor, the Persecution Hall, kind of tells a story. Like, you might not, like, specifically know, but you get a very strong impression of what sort of stuff's going on there. The Hall of Sworn Revenge kind of sells it for me personally. Weapon type is the third most important factor in doing damage behind phantom power and durability. If I'm remembering the math right. Can't deny naming every room some excessive flavor. There's nothing excessive about it. It is entirely necessary. Entirely necessary. I think it just shows how much the people who were making this actually cared about their world that they were building. You know? Hey, what's up, Mac? It would take an earthquake to open this. Ha-ha! Well, where are we gonna get one of those, Ashley? It doesn't just earthquake on command. Not unless you have the earth materia or something like that. These guys. Fucking jerk. Those guys are annoying. They teleport all over the place casting spells at you, and they're jerks. You do want to chain on them if you hit them. If you manage to hit one of those guys, unless your risk is already stupidly high, you're gonna want to chain and go ahead and get the kill. Let's see. Also, I should comment that if you stay near the door for this one in particular, I want to say that makes him more likely to come close enough to you to actually hit. Anyway, we got to go look for an earthquake so we can open that door, I think. Like, unless we can come up with an earthquake somewhere. Oh, it's the Shandy Gaff and Knuckles and the Elixir of Queens. Shandy Gaff, great sword. It's rusted and won't budge. Dang. We really got to find an earthquake somewhere. Oh, I found it. Oh no, we got degenerated. I just wanted to show off this chasm that exists here now. We can't cross. Unfortunately, we got degenerated right there. I kind of want to wait for that to go off. The other thing about the ghost, though, is that I'm pretty sure he drops a spell. Degenerate. Summon a random chat member. Oh, I pronounced that wrong. Degenerate. Summon a random chat. Gotcha, geek. Gotcha. Vermix, what's up? Y'all ever drink Bailey's from a shoe? I think, speaking of degeneracy. What's up, Vermix? How are you doing? Jebaited. No, I hit it fast. Jebaited. I didn't get lucky. I was wanting to get him to drop his spell. I ain't no degenerate from that. For drinking Bailey's from a shoe? I don't know. Y'all, does that rise to the level or stoop to the level of degeneracy or not? I don't know. I don't know, man. I hope you're at least having a wonderful day. I'm choosing not to combo with heavy shot because I just want to use temper. Oh, a chain coif. Nice. Later, restore. You have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you again. I appreciate the love, especially on the Vagrant Story stream. Thank you. All right, so we got options. We've got that way, and we've got that way. This way looks harder to get to, so let's go there. The thing about this, can't jump high enough, and oh, thank you, V. Thank you very much. The gifts to Kaz and Paz, Mog It Up, Bjor of the Twin Fangs, nice, Sorgoth, and Demolonia. Glitch through the wall. Now, it's not that kind of stream. So this is farther than you made it in Vagrant Story, Thomas. This is a really, really good game. If you have the opportunity to watch these VODs, I would definitely recommend it. If only to see what all the fuss is about. Artistically, it's great. It's great. It's also just a good time. Come on, Bat. Come on, Ghost. There's the Ghost. All right, we definitely want to kill him first. Nope. That was fast. It's hard to know when to actually hit those. Fortunately, that's not an AoE though. Boy. I ain't got time for you, Bat. I'm trying to attack a ghost. Come on, I know you want to come back here. Just waiting for the ghosts tend to be the most effective. No! Fire breath. Okay, it only hit 2 targets there, thankfully. Use some gain life to get it back. Also, Philestra, thank you very much for the sub. I hope you enjoy your emotes. Made by Thomas, in fact. Sion Jamo in chat there. Treasure chest up there. This time, I guess they're introducing the concept that sometimes you need to break these cubes to be able to move them, move other ones. Sometimes you don't want to break them, you just want to push them. Oopsie. Yeah, it makes sense, Thomas. Soul Kiss, all right. So we're probably going to use a lot of Soul Kiss because we're going to use daggers. Like I said, we're going to try to use daggers and staves on this playthrough. Also got a Targe, Knuckles, a Bear Mask, Horalis. Nice. Soul Kiss is interesting. Daggers maybe aren't necessarily the best weapon, but this guy is a knightly weapon because it's made out of silver in the first place. Actual silver weapon. Soul Kisses. Say Fandango's damage here. It's got an attack strength of 10. Soul Kiss also has an attack strength of 10, despite being a higher class weapon. That's just because it's a dagger versus a sword. But we're gonna want to use this. There we go. We're gonna use daggers just because we can. This would give us a little bit more physical defense, but a lot less magic defense. I honestly, personally prefer to have the magic defense because overall in Vagrant Story, magic attacks are more dangerous to you. Multi-hit magic attacks are the thing that are gonna like burst kill you. Like the other stuff, you're gonna have a chance to heal most of the time. And in fact, I guess the Bear Mask is better. It also, no agility penalty, a little bit higher int defense, and a little bit higher physical defense as well. So the Bear Mask is just an upgrade over the bandana. We do have the Chain Coif. It would lower our agility, which I think impacts hit rates. Somebody would have to double check me on that one. But in any case, it lowers our int defense, and I'm not really about that life, to be honest. Meanwhile, the Kuros is an upgrade over the Jerkin, so. Sandals, the long boots gives more physical, but has less int defense, so. I've lurked for quite some time. I've heard you talk about Vagrant Story before, so awesome to watch you play live before I head off to work. Nice. Well, I'm planning on streaming this around this time every day, so hopefully you'll be able to catch it before work. And thank you very much. Oh, sorry for the sniffles. Okay. What's this room called? What's our flavor? What's our lore? Instead of lore, it's the bandits' hideout. Okay. Bandits hiding out in the catacombs. Well, we did kill a ghost in here. All right, can we attach a gem to Soul Kiss? No, unfortunately, we need a different Okay. Fair enough. Now, to that door. Why on earth would the bandits use catacombs as a hideout with all these ghosties? Well, probably the ghosts are the bandits, right? Remember earlier on Nightmare, they talked about how Le Monde used to have a population of over 5,000, but there was a great earthquake 25 years ago that brought that chapter to a close. Probably the bandits were here prior to the earthquake, and the earthquake killed them. Or whatever caused the earthquake killed them, because there's obviously some supernatural stuff going on. Plus, this is very near the wine hall, so they were using the catacombs as a way into the wine cellars, and the wines were obviously very valuable, so that's the reason why there's a bandit hideout there. I love Vagrant Story, man. So cool. Alright, let's see. Got some blocks we can carry over. Can use this to push this way. The cubining, yeah, these cube puzzles. Some of the later ones are hard. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna struggle with some of the later ones. I'm not good at it, but thank you, Tucker. Thank you for informing. Oh, Red Undead, what is up? Things are going pretty good. It was a tough month, but things are going a lot better now. I hope things are going well for you as well. I stacked them in the wrong place because I'm an idiot. Can I make the jump or do I have to move them? Aha! I can make the jump. All right. Get kissed! Kiss the soul out of these. Pucker up, baby. Soul kiss, man. Oh, bone helm. It's just like eviscerate the undead with your dagger and then wear their skull as a hat. Is that what a bone helm is? I mean, I assume the bear mask is just as brutal. 4 and 4 with a -3 to agility. Yeah, I don't think so. No, man. The hell? See the symbols on the walls. Looks like a Taurus symbol. Ah. Hallberg. Okay. I'm interested in this. Soul Kiss specifically does work here because of all these undead. Instill, there we go. Instill is another top tier chain ability. Temper is top tier for keeping your durability up. Instill is top tier for getting your Phantom power up. It's really, 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 really useful. This might be far-fetched, but I think Breath of Fire Dragon Quarter might have been inspired by Vagrant Story. Oh, possible. Dragon Quarter. I talked about this recently on the evening stream. That's a game that I hated when it first came out because it wasn't Breath of Fire. I have, having watched it a few times through the years, grown to have a better appreciation for it. I think it's a genuinely interesting and innovative game for the era. But I just still kind of stand by the point that it just wasn't, it didn't make sense for it to be a Breath of Fire game. I kind of want to replay it though. Nice avoidance of words there. Wait, what did I do, Thor? What's up, Thor? How are you doing, man? Hopefully you're having a good day. Ah, the workshop. Work of art. The following materials may be combined: wood, leather, bronze. Unfortunately, that means that we cannot... Wait, can we set up Soul Kiss, but we just can't combine Soul Kiss. I just want to put a gem in it. Let's save. I can't remember. This track in specific reminds me a lot of Dragon's Crown, or rather I should say Base Escape's work in Dragon's Crown reminds me a lot of this. Instead of saying what you said instead of instills a nice way to get your PP up. Hey man, I'm trying very hard to not talk about the PP and the DP. I'm trying to be mature and professional. Damn it. Is this game considered underrated? Difficult to say, Ichi, because I feel like people who know, and they're not gonna underestimate it, but there are a lot of people that just don't know about it. I think the crossguard has a slot for gems. Yes. Can make it even better against undead. Make it also good against humans. Or just raise its hit rate by 20% while raising all of its class affinities by 3. And also boosting our agility by 5. I'm glad you're having a good time, Steel. Anon, quote unquote, thank you very much for the gift sub to PP there. RP. Okay. Let's see. Did I ever play Legend of Dragoon? No, I didn't play it back in the day. I'm kind of torn here. Because Braveheart is just good in general. Like, it is... How can I say it? It's just a boon, right? The other ones are more situational. However, I know we're going to be fighting some humans coming up. We'll have a chance to put that on there. There's plenty of undead down here, but... You know, Soul Kiss already does work against them. Let's just put Braveheart on it. All right, Chat, what are we naming this? It comes from the Soul Kiss. What's the upgraded version of the Soul Kiss? Name it Vironin? Okay. You got it. You got it, V. Oops. V doesn't ask for much. When V asks, V gets, okay? I trust no one has a problem with that. Doors with the gift, it wasn't me, seriously? I bet. Swole Kiss. It's good. It should be a pretty decent weapon for us for a long time. This way we get to see the dagger weapon arts. I don't know that I've ever used the break arts for the dagger. Excuse me. Thor said, hey, I never gift Anon, and then Anonymous says, it was me. And Thor, thank you for the gift to Weave as well. All right, let's see. Are we good with the workshop? Do we want to break the other stuff down? Let's disassemble these other ones. I kind of want to put the other ones, like, put them up. I just don't want my inventory crowded with all this stuff that we're not really... The spiculum pole. Pink squirrel, the goblin club, and the wooden grip. And Shandy Gaff. Broadsword and a swept hilt. Oh, I forgot. I can actually slot a gem into our Targe here. I think an Ioka's Targe is... Oops. Anon with the gift to Among Us. What is going on? I don't know. I just hope that it means that you guys are enjoying Vagrant Story. That's all. That's all I can do is just hope people are having... we do trade a point of int defense there, but we lose the agility penalty, and we also gain 4 physical. Plus having a shield that's classed well against undead. Probably worth. Now, those are some crazy ass Satana on this dude. Hey, man. It's just Coolio here. Let's put... Eh? Store. I shouldn't have even looted these things. Oh, I didn't check to see if the hauberk's good or not. Alright, I don't really feel like doing a lot of inventory management right now. Alright, so after using this, you have to save. Anonymous with the gift of the Anon gifter. Thank you, Anonymous. I don't know how you guys come up with these names. So is this a case of use what you can find with this game, no shops? No, this time I just specifically want to use the dagger and the staff because they're two weapons that I don't typically use. So that's where we're at. Oh, I said we need to check the hallway, right? Instead of our Koros. Let's see, it's 7 and 13 versus 5 and 15. I typically will trade that strength defense for that int defense, yes. Alright. Let's go, man. It's pretty easy. I use my keyboard. Dang it. Zarel, welcome in. Yes, we're gonna be doing Vagrant Story every day at this time. I forgot I can zoom out. I just remembered that. Let's see, we haven't been this way yet. No, I'm with the sub to trader. Wait, what? Oops, too fast. Alright, we've got Instill now. Instill and Temper will let us power up our weapons fairly easily. I think this is just the door that was locked. This is going to be on the other side of the chasm, I think, that opened up earlier when we did the Wild Arms. You know, I really like Wild Arms. Oh, I might have been wrong about that. I really like Wild Arms. But golly gee, the gameplay and also the 3D graphics part didn't really age well. The sprites are fine, and the atmosphere. That was, I guess, probably my first PS1 RPG. Yeah, I know about the remake. I feel like the remake doesn't even age well. Am I wrong for that? I feel like even the Wild Arms remake doesn't age well. Oh man. But no, I have a lot of love for Wild Arms. Like I said, I want to say it was my first RPG I played on the PS1. Wait, is there really no treasure? This doesn't feel right. Is this just a trap room with no treasure? Nah. Is Codef still pretty nice? The Reaper's Victims. Repent, O ye sinners. The Withered Spring. The Reaper's Victims. Yeah, Flies, this game's got full first person when you want to pull it out. And you'll notice they even went to the trouble of making ceilings. You're the treasure hunter. Aw, Libby, thank you. I guess. Oh my gosh. No loot for you. Alright, thanks Anon. My goodness. Oh, hello. Hello, good day to you. Care to look over me wares? Mostly killing, but who's telling? Hi, my name's Hank Kill. I sell death and death accessories. Reinforced glove, let's see. I need to keep my inventory under control. Ooh, 9 ints, but we already have 13, so let me discard those. There we go. Propane. Yeah, I'm propane. Hank Cool. Oh. All right. There's a stack of blocks over here. What do I need them for? I guess to get out. Yeah, when we go to get back out, we'll need them. Oh, okay. This is the other side of that chasm. I knew it was around here somewhere. Sky Moon, welcome back. Dangity and Bobby. Whoa, shit. Okay. No! Okay. We killed him in 2 hits. It's fine. Whew. Alright. This is the other side of the gap in the Lamenting Mother. We were on the other side of this earlier. You see the ridiculous amounts of damage we're doing. Ooh, a Spatha. We're doing that kind of damage because V here has got almost full DP, completely full PP, and is also good against undead and phantoms. So our stats are built up, and then on top of that, it's the correct type for these enemies as well. Hey, nice, Psyche! And welcome back, man. Oh, why'd I let him stand up? Alright, I only need a chain for durability now. I don't need instill anymore for this weapon, so let me set a different chain ability. Instead of instill, we can put gain life on triangle, I guess. Oh, these guys. One down. Nullified half or so of that damage with the impact guard. Ah, that was fast. Our risk got a little bit high there, but we got our Lily Sigil. So Jake, welcome back. Sure feels good to use my Twitch Prime sub. Thanks for the streams. My pleasure, Jake. Thank you very much for the Prime. Raging Ache. Okay, this is another way that players that are struggling with the RPG elements can get through, because it deals an additional amount of damage equal to 10% of the damage Ashley has sustained. So if you've lost 100 HP and use Raging Ache, it's going to do an extra 10 damage. And that doesn't sound like a lot, but a lot of players, I think, get themselves in a position where they're doing 1 or 2 damage per hit, and so Raging Ache ends up being like a very substantial boon at that point. I'm gonna go ahead and get Fireproof instead for now, because Explosion is mean and nasty and horrible and needs to stay away from us. We're gonna put Fireproof there. I guess this is as good as a time as any to go ahead and learn Cure. Heal, rather. Good morning, Grey Wolf. How are you doing? Alright, now we know the heal spell. I'm just looking around because I can't remember if there's any treasure in here. I don't think there is. We also have a couple of bonus elixirs that gives us extra HP and MP. I think we'll try to use those before we end the stream, so that we can save first. And if we don't like what we got, we have another chance tomorrow. How about that? Oops. Okay, yeah, I guess those boxes would help us get out of here. Yeah. There we go. That's really good, Wolf. I ended up getting sick with what we can only assume was the Roni, but doing better now. Ooh, that crit. Yeah, tests are not super available in the area that I live, and they also cost. And it was a simple matter of, well, I'm only going to just continue quarantining at home. So just waited it out. Let's see, what break art did we just get? Whistle Sting. Does blunt damage. See, that's an interesting one. Huh. So that is a good reason to use a break art right there, because it is going to do a different damage type. Because V is not doing... V's doing piercing damage. Notice you do have affinities for the other types, but like the weapon itself determines what type is actually going to get used. Like there are like the grip or what have you on this might have that blunt affinity on it, and if we put it with a different type of quote-unquote blade to activate the blunt damage, so if we turn the grip, if we put it on a mace for example, then we might actually be able to take advantage of that. But you know, the main reason we have this grip on this dagger is so that we can also slot the gem in it. And that's, yes. That is so nice. Oh Lord, she's lovey-dovey. I think we we just save here and then move on. So for any of you guys who are, I have two questions. One for the people who are watching in source quality. I feel like I already know y'all's answer. For the people who are not watching in source quality, how does the stream look? Hey, what's up, Manami? How are you doing? How was life back home? It's looking good at 720 as well. Okay. I was concerned about the scan lines. Oh. Okay. I know they look good at source, but okay, a lot just happened right there. Yeah, Manami, this was actually made by Squaresoft before Square Enix merged as a company. So yeah, this was Squaresoft. So first off, we are establishing that Ashley is not a normal risk breaker. Hardin is freaked out. He's like, by the gods, he's as strong as a titan. He's as strong as a whole brigade. Sydney, we gotta get out of here. Sydney's like, just chill. Just chill. Meanwhile, he's making some magic ritual on the floor. And they're like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm preparing a feast for your friend. And he's talking about Ashley as a vessel that is absorbing the power. So what's Sydney trying to accomplish? That's what you need to be thinking about at this point. Oh yeah, this game's so great. So great. see here. I stack of the blocks. Oh, wait. I stack of the blocks right. The light coming in from outside. Toshiro, welcome back, man. I agree, it is a great game. I want to get this repaired all the way. So that we can see it doing its full damage. It's starting to get there. It's almost. I just gotta. What happens if risk gets too high? Your accuracy goes down, and also enemies hit you very hard. Enemies hit you much harder when you have high risk, so. Temper or bust. Alright, see you in a bit, Thor. Although actually, we probably only have about 10 more minutes left in the stream. Though I will stream again tonight with Dark Cloud. And I will stream this tomorrow. What's the name of this room? Shrine of the Martyrs. The Martyrs, huh? Let's see, 24 if we attack it normally. What about if we use our Break Art? For blunt damage. 0. Okay. Piercing is better. Got it, got it, got it. See ya, a boy and his blob. Oh, yeah. This one's kind of nasty for us with our current gear setup. Time to eat that feast. See how we're doing 0 damage with our piercing attack. up to 21. Not a good matchup for us. Nice. Nice. First of all, can we comment about how Whistling Sting carried there? Like I said, I never really used too much break arts before, but I've never really had to because I've had different damage types covered. Having the piercing dagger was really going to be a problem against the golem, but we had the break art, we had Whistle Sting. If you're using Pink Squirrel, this guy's just a pushover, right? Yeah, I mean we got really bad luck. Excuse me, at the end. I was thinking at the beginning, wow, we're having really good luck. We're not missing any of these. And then when we got him one hit away from death, we missed and we missed and we missed and we missed and we missed. Prostasia, nice. So, is this the feast that was prepared for us? That's total game map completion, Jacob. That was cool. That was really cool to actually use the break art and actually have it be effective. And then on top of that, using some spells here and there. Oh, there's still some stuff we can explore, but this room is called what? This room is the Hall of Sacrilege. The body map in the lower left shows you the damage on your character. You see, our legs are only in good condition right now because they got hit during the fight. If they get damaged too bad, it actually lowers your movement speed. And having different body parts damaged hurts you in different ways. Hey, Mew Mew, it's my pleasure. I hope you enjoy it. We're gonna be starting 9 a.m. US Central Time every day here for a while, playing Vagrant Story. What's this called, actually? No, status map. Hollowed Hope. Good night. Good night, Manami. I hope you get your room squared away the way you want it. Rest well. We'll explore the rest of this stuff tomorrow, but no thank you. Oh, yeah, I was definitely slow on that. Wow, okay. Crit out of nowhere. Another Spatha. Actually, how is our weapon durability? Does Whistle Sting even hurt it? I don't think... Yeah, I don't think Whistle Sting actually pulls away from it. Yep, Dark Cloud 2 tonight. Whoops, I went the wrong way. Accidentally progressed. Alrighty. Oh, come on, Ooze. Just want to save, man. Alright, well, I guess we're gonna go a little bit longer today, because I went the wrong way and didn't get to the save point. Don't do it, guy. Ugh, he did it. Couldn't let that one go, I'm afraid. I am getting turned around, am I not? Yep, south exit. I thought this is the way that I went, though. Oh, I accidentally went to the... Okay. Nope. The connections to Final Fantasy Tactics are largely superficial, in my opinion, Steve. Now hold the heck on. Okay, there's a save point on the other side of this. I was in a room with a save point. I'm just stupid. I'm used to that. Let me also degenerate this guy. Yeah, I'm having a hard time finishing that third episode of From the Fog. I've been working on it for a while, but... Oh boy. Those guys can actually hit pretty hard when they want to. Enemies do not chain, that I recall. I'm trying to remember if there's an exception or two. I think overall enemies do not chain. Ah. Very chortle. That guy's like, I'm waiting for you. Take your time. Come on across. I'll be here when you get here. We'll leave the light on for you. He's got more range than I do too. That was fast. That was the fireproof that I accidentally used. I have a hard time remembering which defensive options I have assigned. Banded mail. Well, let's see. 12 and 9 versus 5 and 15. That's also got an agility penalty on it. I don't think we need the bandit mail. Okay. We made it. To the save point. Guys, I hope you've been enjoying Vagrant Story. I'm enjoying Vagrant Story. I'll be back tonight at 8 p.m. US Central Time to play some Dark Cloud 2. We're gonna continue with Dark Cloud 2 until my second disc of Onimusha Dawn of Dream gets in, and then we're gonna finish that up. I will be back with this tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. US Central Time. And we're gonna just try to stay focused and do about 3 hours of it a day every day. Well, Gamma Beam, you have a fun VOD to watch. That would be my response. And thank you very much, Hellblau. I really appreciate it. And happy birthday, Rabbit Powered. Y'all, have a wonderful day. And I'll see you this evening if you're around. If not, I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.